Hi everyone, my name is Jo Sked and I'm the Jogscotland Programme Manager, and I'm here with David Fallon, who's the Head of Development, and we're going to give you a quick tour of phase 1 of group registration, which is how we will assign 2 contacts per group admin rights so you can then go through the registration process.
Thank you, Jo. Hi everyone, as Jo said, I'm David Fallon. I'm actually the outgoing Head of Development, so by the time you probably get this recording, I'll have moved on, but it was important for us to get this information out to our jog leaders because we're aware of this new jog group registration process, and we wanted to provide as much clarity as possible as I've been leading on the kind of CRM side of things. So thanks for the opportunity to speak with you, and despite me not being here, Jo's going to be here via phone and email to support you throughout the whole journey. So just make sure you take Jo up on that. So we've moved our new CRM system. We're on the Just Go platform, and with that is our first ever jog group registration process. So I'm just going to share my screen with you just now, and I'm going to take you through some simple steps about either creating your profile or logging into your profile and completing a form which we'll send out to you to get yourself linked to your club and the necessary admin rights. We'll leave it there after that. Those steps, and in a future recording in the next couple of days, we'll cover the actual registration journey. We're just keen to keep these recordings short and sharp, bite-sized, so that you can dip in and out of them and follow it step by step, because the whole thing start to finish is quite complex. So thank you for your patience. As always, the screen's not going to do particularly well as we share, so if you can just bear with us, and I'm going to need to be flicking between different windows to do both sides of the process, so if you could just bear with me, that would be appreciated. So to log in, you're simply going to go to scottishathletics.justgo.com, and Jo will confirm that link in the email out to you. That will bring you to this landing page for the platform on Just Go. So for those of you that have got a membership already, your Jogscotland membership is there, and you've already accessed it, you'll simply log in. But for the purposes of those people who don't yet have a membership, I'm going to show you the full process. So if you don't have a membership or you don't have your profile set up, you're going to come down here to the new member section and hit sign up. Now it's really simple to create your profile. You're just asked for some basic information. So your first and last name, email address and contact number, date of birth and gender, and then it asks you to create both a username and password. What we recommend you do is that you just keep your username the same as your email address. Keeps things relatively simple. It then asks you for your own individual address for where you live, a question about whether you're a member of any other athletics organisations such as England Athletics in case you compete down south, but also for competition purposes we are required to understand your sex at birth, and that's in line with UK and World Athletics competition rules. If you need to know further information about the terms and conditions of use or our privacy policy, there's links to those 2 documents there. Once you've completed all of that, you'll hit sign up. You'll be sent a verification email to verify that email address, and that will activate your account. So once your account is activated, you're simply going to come back to this page, scottishathletics.justgo.com, and you're going to use that username and password that you just created. I need to use a different test one to show you a view without our global admin. So I'm going to use an account we set up earlier. Hopefully I get this right. Typing on it. Oh, of course I didn't. I haven't. Sorry, folks.
The pressure of the recording, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's always the same.
Yeah. So that seems to have worked. It's just logging in, and apologies, this has taken a bit longer because we're recording and sharing screens, so bear with me. So once you successfully log in, you'll be met with your profile landing page or your profile homepage, which you can see here. Now it's got your basic information on the left here. This is your own little personal area where you can add your profile picture. It gives you your SA number, which is important, and we'll cover that in a minute. And then it just confirms the email address, phone number, and your address that you just used to build your account. At this point here, you can go ahead and take your Jogscotland membership, or if you've got any other memberships within the sport, you can take them from here. again, just because we're looking at Jogscotland, you have your two membership options. You either take your free membership or your £12 premium membership with those additional benefits and fantastic discounts. So you can complete that there. Now that's from an individual perspective. You can also update and keep your details correct and current, your emergency contact details. You can change your opt-ins at any time. So if you would like to receive marketing emails or would like to stop receiving marketing emails, you can just come in here and opt in and out as you would like as well. Here is the credentials section. This is where eventually your licensing will be held for in your PVG, but for right now, it also covers things like your role within the club, and we'll come to that in a later recording. But the reason why we're here is just to look at your profile homepage and how we get you linked to your appropriate club. So when you log in for the first time, you can see that you're not linked to any club here under this My Club section. Now, when we do link you to your club, this is the first and easiest way to check what clubs you're linked to. So the fact that that's blank shows us that we're not linked to anyone. If I open up the menu section, I'm not sure why I have My Club. I definitely shouldn't have the My Club section because I'm not linked to a club. But when you log in, you should only see these 10 tiles, which is member area, and that is because you're only in control of your own profile. Eventually, and in a minute, we will link you to a club, and that will open up actually more functionality than this. So this is just a little glitch on our end, so apologies for that. So Joe's going to send all jog leaders that we have noted against our jog groups an email, which is going to ask you to fill out a basic Google form or a Microsoft form. It's a Google form, sorry, just for some basic information. So the full name and email address that you use to complete or create your Just Go profile, your Jogscotland or Scottish Athletics membership number. And again, I just covered that there. You can find that under your profile. That's your SA number there. If you can enter that in here. Your unique reference number, which can be found on your license, and that's just for us to do a quick license check for our jog leader lead contacts, and the name of the jog group that you wish to be linked to. Now, that's the information that we need to locate your profile on Just Go, and Joe will do a bit of work behind the scenes to add you to your requested jog group and give you administrative permissions. Now, I'm going to go off screen here and I'm going to mimic that. Well, I'm not going to mimic it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to add this David Fallon account to a test club, and I'm going to show you how that changes your view when you log in. So you can cue the elevator music while I go and do that, or I can hand you over to Joe, who can give you a little bit of information while I go and do that, if you could bear with us, folks.
Yep. So the reason we're asking for 2 group contacts now is, well, we would like 2 main contacts because sometimes it's comms get lost or missing. So having 2 named contacts who can act as admins for the group just ensures a little bit more sustainability and means that communications don't get lost if we send out updates and things from HQ. Now, we are asking ideally if both of the named contacts could be license holders, so either have a LURF or a CURF license. We appreciate that some small groups might only have one trained leader, so as long as there's at least one of the 2 named contacts who holds a license, perfect. If you can nominate a second individual from your group who is happy to take on a small admin role, perfect as well. If you don't have that second person, don't worry, just put your own details. As long as you hold a valid license, that's fine. But we are asking for 2 going forward, but we appreciate that not all groups will fit that structure. How are we doing with logging in?
Not bad. I'm just logged into my other profile that's got greater admin rights.
So you went in and assigned admin rights to your profile?
I'm doing that just now, yep.
Yeah, just now.
Hello there. Sorry. Sorry, having a bit of trouble here. 7-3, that's the one there. Okay. Okay, so I have now added that account and given administrative rights to a club. So, apologies, folks. So if I log out here and then I'll log back in. We got there in the end.
Crossed. You should now have more things to view on your profile because you now have admin rights.
That's it. Okay, perfect. So that's what we needed to happen. So again, you won't need to do that. It'll be much easier. You look at Joe will send you confirmation that you have now been added to your job group and given administrative rights. So the next time you log in, this is what you'll see. So you'll see your associated job group now appearing under the My Club section. And as previously stated, when you go to the menu section, you've got much greater use of the My Club area. And this is how you're going to manage your job group. Now, it's quite intimidating. There's a lot of things there, and we'll gradually cover off these features in future. But for now, all we're asking is that you can go to the club profile section. Now, as you'll see, it's opening straight up to the club profile for Anytown Athletics. And what I'm able to do here is keep my details up to date. And I encourage you to do that. Just make sure that you've got your details up to date, and that feeds our greater contact list as well. So it's of great use for us across the organisation. Firstly, to see the size of Jogscotland, but also for the need to contact you should we need it. What you can also do within that section is go to your club affiliation section. Now, we won't cover this in today's recording, but this is where you will complete the jog group registration. So you'll hit on Jogscotland group registration, and that will begin a journey of detail that will require you to fill out, and we'll do that in a recording that will follow in the coming days. What you're also able to do is under the menu and under the My Club section is go to members. And again, this should take you, or it will take you, sorry, to a list of all your members. Now, this is just full of our staff test details. And it's just a good way of seeing who's in your club, who's linked to your club, what membership have they got, and what role they hold within your club, and you're able to make the according adjustments to that as required. So for right now, that's the end of today's recording. We're really keen to keep this short and sharp, and it's really just about getting yourself logged in, your account created, and attached to your club. The recording that's going to follow this will be us taking you through in detail that job group registration journey. And our ambition is that we have a weekly drop-in call for support whilst that registration period is open. So thank you for your patience. I know it's not the most smooth process as we switch between screens, but thank you for your time. We're here to help, or Joe will certainly be here to help you with any anything you need in the meantime. But hopefully that's been fairly straightforward. Okay, I'll see you on the next recording, and thank you for your time. Joe, anything final from you?
No, thanks for taking us through that walkthrough. Makes it look quite simple. Yep, phase one is this initial registration, getting admin sorted out, and then phase two is group registration, which will follow in a couple of days. So hang tight just now, folks.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.